It seemed to take forever. But finally they came to a halt at a door marked simply Secondary Command Room. "You are expected," the commander said from behind Lando, as the leading stormtroopers formed a guard semicircle around the door. "Enter."
"Thank you,"
Miatamia said, his voice impossibly calm. The door slid open, and without hesitation, the two Diamala strode inside. Reluctantly, Lando followed, and nearly ran into Miatamia's back, as both aliens suddenly jerked to a halt. Lando caught his balance, peering between them to try to see what had startled them so much. The room was sparsely decorated with little more than some tactical wall monitors and a double ring of repeater displays encircling a command chair in the middle of the room. Standing beside the chair was a hard-faced man wearing Major's insignia. And rising calmly from the chair itself, Lando felt his heart seize up in his chest. No, it couldn't be. But it was.
"Good day, gentlemen," Grand Admiral Thrawn said, gesturing to them. "My apologies as to the rather informal method by which you were brought here. Please, come inside."
The horrified moment seemed to stretch itself toward eternity as Lando gazed in stunned horror at that face. It couldn't be. Grand Admiral Thrawn was dead. He was dead. He had to be. And yet, here he was, very much alive. No one had yet moved.
"Please, come inside,"
the Grand Admiral repeated, this time with an edge of command in his voice. Miatamia stirred and continued forward, his movement seemingly breaking his aide's own paralysis. Numbly, Lando followed, sensing as he did so their stormtrooper rear guard filing in behind them. "That's far enough," the Major said harshly as Miatamia came within 3 meters of the outer display ring. "They've been disarmed." "None of them were carrying any weapons," the stormtrooper commander reported. 3 of them, Lando noted, had moved up to form a flanking column along their right. A glance over his shoulder confirmed that the commander and the other 2 had spread out along the wall behind them. A simple yet effective positioning that provided close guard while at the same time keeping the stormtroopers out of each other's crossfire.
"Yes, they are keeping a close eye on you, Captain Calrissian," Thrawn confirmed. "After that unpleasantness at Bilbringi, I've agreed to extra precautions. Not that I'm expecting trouble from any of you, of course."
"Of course," Lando said, turning back to look at him. It was a trick, of course. It had to be. Thrawn was dead. The Imperial Command itself had said so. And yet...
"You look remarkably well, Admiral,"
Miatamia said.
"I must confess to my surprise at seeing you here."
Thrawn smiled faintly.
"My reappearance has surprised many others, Senator Miatamia, and will surprise a great many more in the days to come. However, I didn't ask you aboard merely to toast my continued health. The actual reason—" "How did you survive the Bilbringi shipyards?" Lando blurted. "The Imperial reports said you were dead."
"You will not interrupt the Grand Admiral,"
the Major snapped, taking a step toward him.
"Peace, Major,"
Thrawn said quietly, halting the other's advance with an almost languid gesture.
"Under the circumstances, a certain degree of shock is entirely forgivable."
"Yet you do not answer his question,"
Miatamia said. It seemed to Lando that a faint flicker of distant pain touched the Grand Admiral's face for a moment.
"My survival was due to a unique combination of several factors," he said. "You'll forgive me if I withhold the details."
"But your own Imperial reports," Lando repeated.
"The Imperial reports said what I allowed them to say,"
Thrawn said, his eyes starting to flash with annoyance.
"It was necessary while I recovered that I—"
He broke off.
Perhaps I have misjudged you, Captain,
he said, his voice calm again.
And you, Senator? I assumed that when you encountered a being returned from the dead, you'd be more interested in what he had to say than the details of the journey. My mistake.
His eyes flicked over Lando's shoulder.
Commander, you may escort them back to their ship.